Hey, my friends, Derek here from Bomb Socks with another round of Bomb Bites where we feast upon the words of Christ and we do it one bite at a time. So we're finishing up the week with section 82 and a little bit into 83 today. I just want to focus on a couple verses here in 82, keeping in mind that the context here again is this united order, this united firm, this idea of taking care of it's the church's business properties, but also is spiritual in nature in the sense that you're seeking to take care of one another and really unite people together. That is hard to do when you are simply looking out for yourself, right? When you're looking out for yourself all the time, it's hard to be united together with other people. Well, you go to section 82 verses 18 and 19, and this sets up a little bit of what's in 83 as well. So 18, and all this whole reason why we're doing this, for the benefit of the church of the living God. It's to bless the church, that every man may improve upon his talent. I love that. The whole purpose of this is to improve everybody, that every man may gain other talents, yea, even an hundredfold, to be cast into the Lord's storehouse, to become the common property of the whole church. Again, you're putting everything in. This is the law of consecration. You're putting everything in, and what you're doing is then you're helping everybody else improve, and you yourself become improved as well. Verse 19 is a key element. It's almost, verse 19 might be the key of the entire united firm, law of consecration, all of this. Every man seeking the interest of his neighbor, and in doing all things with an eye single to the glory of God. And it's all about taking care of one another. It really is. In fact, you get into section 83 of the Doctrine and Covenants. The Lord is very clear. It's a very short section, and it has to do with women and children who have claim on their husbands and fathers for their support. But when you get widows, now in the Come Follow Me, it says, in April of 1832, as instructed by the Lord, Joseph Smith traveled nearly 800 miles to visit the saints who had gathered in Missouri. One community he visited included widows who were raising their children alone. That's the context here. Among them were Phoebe Peck and Anna Rogers, whom the prophet knew personally. In Missouri in the 1830s, state laws gave widows limited rights to their deceased husband's property. So what do you learn from section 83 about how the Lord feels about widows and orphans? Do you know anyone in this situation who would benefit from your love and care? So when you combine those two verses from section 82 to section 83, it really is looking out for the interest of others. And that's what makes this united firm and this law of consecration really work, is you are forgetting yourself. But in doing so, in serving others, the Lord is taking care of you as well. It is that every person gets to excel. When I really try to think about a consecrated life, there's an old inspirational message, formerly known as Mormon Message, about a young man who really does this very thing, looking out for the interest of others, and in doing so, you see the light that comes from him. So watch this.
For your gracious care and service towards your fellow man by sharing your strength, ability, and unselfish attitude, I, John Lewis, Mayor of the town of Gilbert, wish to give you this award.
Spencer, he didn't ask for any of this. When he said, I want to do a triathlon with Dayton, he didn't want any of this attention. But he did it because he likes Dayton.
I met Dayton in our Deacons Quorum at church. When I got called to be the Deacons Quorum president, I felt a great sense of responsibility on my shoulders that I should be watching out for everybody in the quorum. Dayton has cerebral palsy. He can't talk or communicate that well, but you can feel his spirit wherever he is. He's a great friend to me. He should have the opportunity to do what everybody else does.
We've always tried to include him in everything that we do. Along the way, we found out that he just loves the wind in his face.
Spencer knelt down right in front of Dayton and grabbed him on his knees and he said, Dayton, would you like to do a triathlon with me? Dayton doesn't communicate other than he'll blink for yes and he won't blink for no. And he started blinking and he said, Dad, he said yes.
It was a different experience than the other triathlons I've done because when I got on that bike, it felt harder pulling someone else with me the entire way. I knew that Dayton was within 5 feet of me the whole time, and it was awesome to know that there was someone else there, one of my really good friends, that could be with me.
I've learned great lessons of love, and a boy that does what Christ would do if he were here, and fulfilling his responsibility as a Deacon's Quorum president, as a friend.
Near the finish line was very spiritual for Dayton and I, because I felt that I was like out of juice, I was out of energy, but then like I don't even know where it came from. Dayton started smiling and I started to speed up, and I had the energy to sprint the last few hundred yards into the finish line, and I just felt great at the finish line. I didn't feel like I was drained of my energy. I felt that the Spirit was there helping Dayton and I to finish that race.
He doesn't want to look like the hero at all. He wants Dayton to look like the hero, and he's just Dayton's legs.
I really believe that video shows so well this idea of improving upon your talents and then seeking the interest of others with an eye single to the glory of God. And as you're doing that, that's what the gospel of Jesus Christ is all about. And that's why this united firm was created, to be able to do that, to be able to help in this idea of consecrating and helping one another out and having that motivation to be able to bless the lives of others. That's what it's all about. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys out today. Hey, thanks for a great week of scripture study with us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to our channel. And thank you for sharing these messages. We really appreciate it. Godspeed. We will see you next week with section 84. Bye-bye.